Hey y'all, it's Jatara, and today I just want to kind of just talk about graphic design and working in that industry and just the design and media industry and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm on this website right here. So this is the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay, so I'm just going to look at the stats and stuff of like what graphic designers get paid. I know a lot of my people who follow me on YouTube or Instagram. A lot of them are graphic designers or just creatives in general. But I'm just going to kind of focus on just graphic designers today. So I see right here, and I'm like reading this like as I'm going. So I see that the 2024 median pay says 61,000 a year. Typically, they want you to have a bachelor's degree. So I am a college instructor and I teach design. So I don't want to say I teach graphic design, but I teach things like I guess different kinds of design. So like advertising design, I teach people how to use Photoshop, how to use Illustrator, about design in general, like, design theory, layout, composition, things like that. So, I mean, for my specific job, they didn't require a bachelor's degree. There's people on my team who have associate degrees, and I was shocked when I knew that. I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, they're great at what they do, and I think they're so great because they've had a lot of experience in it. I wouldn't really say it's just because of the degree. But anyway, so yeah, so this it doesn't mean you have to have a degree at all in um, you know, in graphic design. I feel like if you don't have any kind of credentials, then it's best if your portfolio it gotta slap. You know what I'm saying? It has to be great. Now for my job, I mean, I'm just teaching, so they didn't require a portfolio. So I was like, okay, like I had one put together, but I didn't have it to give to them like at the moment, so I was happy. But yeah, it just depends on like what it is. So I mean, for graphic design, you never really need any on the job training because you should know it already, right? Typically, when you get to a job, they'll tell you like what it is that they want you to do. Um, but I feel like okay, so for example, I worked for MARTA for 2 summers, and that is in Atlanta. It's our bus system and our train system, like in Atlanta. So it's not like around Georgia all the way. So I'm just gonna look it up for you real quick. So MARTA is right here. It's a really old company. They've been here since forever. So like they're kind of like just now starting to implement. I don't know how to word it without sounding like a child. But basically, they're old. The people that are like in charge there, they're like a lot older, so they tend to like not want to. How do I word it? Like how people say older people aren't like really like as open to new ideas. Like they are, but they aren't. And while I was there, I kind of was getting that vibe. So. Um, but yeah, I'm saying that because they don't have like a crazy like graphic design department. When I first got there, they had like an art department that they were like trying to put together, but I didn't really see anything like kick off from that for real. But I don't know. But anyways, what I'm saying is when I got there, they just wanted me to make PowerPoints and documents. So I guess because it's such like an old company, they don't want you to be making like cool banners and stuff like that. They're like, no, we'll just use these templates that we already have. So that's what made me realize, okay, yeah, I don't want to be working in a cubicle. I don't want to work in like a typical office like that. And that kind of made me think that maybe I don't even want to be like working for like a creative like design firm. Maybe you do. I don't know, but I felt like well, I mean, obviously those two like examples are different, but if you want to like be a graphic designer and like still have fun and do different projects, then yes, obviously working for like a firm would be better. Freelancing might be your thing, I don't know, but I know for sure for like an older company like that, no. Um, it just depends. Okay, but yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of skim through some of this stuff and see if like I agree with it or not. So this says that graphic designers create visual concepts using computer software or by hand to communicate ideas that inspire, inform, or captivate consumers. So yeah, 100% that's what it is. Now I get a lot of people to ask me, hey, do I need to know how to draw? No, but it puts you ahead of the game, depending on like who you're working for. So this is something that I came up with. I have a YouTube video on this actually. I'm just gonna kind of like break down what graphic design is for real, like water it down. Um, so this is just text, 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 diamond image. I can copy and paste that, put that there 2 more times. Text, rounded shape, text, text, text. You see what I'm saying? So I get a lot of people, they think that because my students, they feel when they first enter the program, they feel like graphic design is just like artsy. I'm like, no, this ain't really an art degree, okay? This is you learning how to make your work, like, think about functionality of your work. It's not just to look cute. If you look at this, I know what master class this is. Like, I know what the class is for, right? I know who the special guest is. You even have this small I guess, like, summary telling me what it's about, because some people, majority of people, they don't want to sit there and read every single little detail. But that's why you gotta know to abbreviate these things. Don't make it super wordy. So all those things like that, getting in the mind of your consumer, or just your viewer in general, that's what's important in graphic design. So, but it's like you're thinking about functionality and the aesthetic at the same time. So all graphic design is just problem solving. And I don't want to say just problem solving like it's easy. I run into issues too, and I've been designing since 2010. So, but yeah, so all this stuff is really just text. Typically, whenever you have a client, they'll give you an image, or multiple images that they had at their photo shoots. Their photographers will edit the photos and they'll give them to you. Every now and then, I'll have someone to ask me to edit their photos that they like took them themselves, but you can easily learn that. But yeah, so just stuff like this, just making like look cool. Add text, shapes, photos, all that type stuff. For the most part, that's kind of like what graphic design is. Okay. So I mean, that's what it is if you're looking at something like Photoshop. Now, if I'm over here on like the Illustrator side, making things like characters or something like that, I have a YouTube video up on this one as well, of like how I like work through the whole process. But people might want like sticker designs or something from me, shirt designs. You got to know like when to use certain tools. But yeah, just you're working with things like this. In case some of you don't know what Illustrator is, like you're just like working with shapes like that. That's pretty much how it works. Okay. But yeah, so let me undo that because I wanted to save this because I did want to play around with it later. Okay. But yeah, so those are those two things. I even have this other program here, InDesign. So InDesign is for like working with multi-page documents. I make a lot of ebooks for people, brochures, magazines, things like that. But yeah, so again, they were pretty much right on the money with what graphic design is. So I thought that was great. The work environment, again, it just depends on where you're at. So you could be doing different specialized design services. I know some people, they might only want to do logos. Personally, I hate doing logos. I hate them. I hate them. Like, and I think it's because, I think it's because like, maybe I just need to get better at educating my potential clients. People think they can just like get a photo of like me right here and be like, hey, can you put your face on the logo? And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so you want me to like vectorize it, like make it look cartoony. But they're like, no, like I want that actual photo in my logo. I'm like, you can't do that. So just like trying to teach people like the difference between things like raster and vector, all that stuff. That's why I don't, I mean, I do logos, but I don't advertise it. But anyways, so you might like to work in publishing, advertising, but graphic design can go anywhere. Okay, you can be someone. People make a living off of making YouTube thumbnails. Okay, like maybe $25 a thumbnail, maybe 25, 30, things like that. You can make a living off that. And even if you're like not doing that well, for like the month or something working with that, you can apply these skills anywhere. If you can make thumbnail designs, you can make shirt designs, you can make flyers, posters, banners, like literally whatever you want to. Like that's the cool thing about graphic design. You don't have to work for a design firm, or you don't have to be a freelancer. Like you can be like how I am. I'm a teacher, and I did not expect to teach. I didn't even want to teach at all because I was like, I don't have the patience for it. But if you're teaching something that you like, it makes sense, right? You have a good time. But yeah, you can do graphic design literally anywhere. Don't think you have to work at some firm. Don't think you have to freelance. You can work for Publix. Yeah, or in case you guys don't know what Publix is, it's a grocery store on the East Coast, on the Southeast. But yeah, Kroger, Walmart, whatever, Target, I don't know. But yeah, you can do graphic design work anywhere. How to become a graphic designer? You do not have to go to school. You do not have to go to school. I promise you. I was already a graphic designer before I even went to college. Okay, I like I opened up Photoshop one day and I was just playing around in class because I ended up being in a I was in a what's it called, a yearbook class, and we were like putting the whole yearbook together, going out, getting the content, putting it together in the book, writing stories, editing photos, cutting them out, making the layout and stuff. That's how I got into graphic design. And I was in high school. I had to think about it. But anyways, you don't have to go to school. Graphic designer, it just means that you know how to pretty much move text and pictures around, make them look nice. You know about design theory, color theory, consumer theories, all that type stuff. Okay, and you can learn all that stuff from YouTube. Okay, so yeah, don't think you got to go to school. But also notice right here it says that you should have a portfolio that demonstrates your creativity and originality. So let me speak on that part real quick. Actually, oh my goodness, if I can find this design type, then I will show it to you. I'm just clicking around over here on Pinterest. If I can find this one design type, I hate it so much. It's like I'll put flyer design. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Oh, it's only looking at my pins. All pins. Oh my goodness, if I can find it, it's gonna kill me. Here it is. Okay. It's like this. Like it doesn't look bad, but it's like I see it all the time. It's like here's one, here's another one. Like it's like they just have this certain style, and I think it's just because it feels like a template, you know, like. And they always have like these certain like glows on there and things like that look like they're supposed to be moving or falling. Um, and I mean, you as a beginner, you might be like, well, what's wrong with it? But my thing is, whenever you're like showcasing things in your portfolio, it's best if you show a project. Okay, I don't want to just see, oh, okay, he knows Photoshop. Everyone knows Photoshop. Everyone knows Illustrator. Everyone knows Canva, Affinity, whatever. Okay, you need to show a full project. Now, I'm not saying, oh, okay, as a project, make 3 of these. No, I need to see, like a brand identity. And I'm not just saying, oh, you made the logo when you picked out the colors. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, let me just put brand identity and see what comes up. So, I mean, let's say you were to go through and you made this logo for a company. You made like the logo type, brand mark, submark, all those words are interchangeable. But let's say you made all these different things here. You picked out their colors, picked out the fonts for them. Now, this is the part where we want to see. Like, how do you plan on making their brand like visual elements come to life? I got to see it on mock-ups. Maybe you put it into something like After Effects and you animate it or something like that, right? So that's you showing, hey, I also know how to animate. I know how to use another program outside of Photoshop. I can use Illustrator. I can use what did I just say? After Effects, Premiere Pro, whatever, right? CapCut if you have to, and if you know how to use something like, if you know how to use something crazy like Premiere Pro or After Effects, then CapCut is going to be extremely easy for you. So I feel like it's great to know how to use a whole lot of programs. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, whenever you're working on something for your portfolio, make it come to life. Okay, you want to see things like this, and the best website to go to find things like this. Hold on, it's Behance.net. I believe I'm logged in. I don't know. Hopefully I am. But yeah, Behance, it has a lot of Behance has a lot of great examples of like professional works on here. They like redid the website, so I'm like all thrown off. Like let's say this one for instance. So you see like, what's the word? I forgot. Case study. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. But it's like you see like the this cover. You see how they have their description here. I know it's not in English, but they have their sketches that they did right here, showing you how they got from like the idea to like the finished concept. You see all these different things here, and it just looks really really clean. Now every now and then, or sometimes you'll see like the I forgot the word for it, the time lapse of how they put it together. But yeah, sometimes you will see some things that look unprofessional on here. Anyone could upload on here, but yeah, this one is great too. It shows you like who all worked on this film. They have some like screenshots of it. Those look gorgeous. You can see the texture in there. So they just kind of go through and show like these different screenshots of it. But it says a film, but I don't see the actual video. I don't know. But yeah, you see what I'm saying. If you just go through, you can see different people's portfolios. If I was to like click on this person here, I can click on their name and I can see what all else they have in their portfolio. And this site is also great too because people can like find you on here and hire you, so you can see that part right here. But yeah, it's like a area where you can put your portfolio at. Behance is free as well, so you can just get you a nice photo on here. Don't have any selfies. Make sure that your photo looks great. Okay, you being a graphic designer, I expect you to know how to take a decent photo. You know what looks good, what doesn't. You know how to color your photo, make it look nice, etc. You know. But yeah, so I mean, do I use Behance? No, because I don't know. I don't like I don't like I don't know. Like I like freelancing, but I don't think personally I don't need to be doing this. Like I know how to get my clients outside of here, and I guess that kind of takes me to my next point. Um, I guess I kind of like go over it briefly. If you there's a lot of ways to get clients. You can use things like Behance, Fiverr, Upwork, things like that. I'm trying to like go to my Instagram page over here, but I mean, I just get my clients through Instagram. And I mean, it's worked out so well for me, I guess, because I don't know, I just have my page like optimized for freelance work, you know, and by that, I mean I have a memorable um, profile picture. It's clear. I have like at least I have a small bit of branding where you just see my face a lot. You see the colors red, white, and black throughout my whole page, and it's nothing crazy. Um, and a lot of these things may seem so small to you, but I have my following number. It's still high in my opinion, but it's not like I got it at 12,000 followers, you know. So you want to keep it down. You don't want to make it like you're just following just anybody. But I mean, you know, I look somewhat credible on here, even outside of the follower part. My bio is good. Okay, I mean it could be better, but this part here where it says helping creatives and business owners grow with stress-free solutions, right there, right off the bat, I'm telling you what it is that I do. Okay, even above that, I have right here where it says digital creator. Okay, so I have where it says uh, what my degrees are. So it says Masters of Arts in really it's brand and media strategy, but I didn't have enough space for that. So I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, so I have BS in digital media. I didn't put my minor up there because again, um, that would just I wouldn't have enough like room for it. I have where it says templates and solutions, but I also have like this little down arrow right here, and it's like pointing down to the link tree that I added there. So on my link tree, I'll just show you what it looks like in case you haven't seen it. I need to like go back and change it, but I've been working with this brand right here, so I just have their link here. My YouTube link is here. Then I have like my personal website here for if anyone wants to buy like digital products from me or things like that. Or services. Usually when people hit me up for services, they'll message me on Instagram. But I don't know, like this, it just looks professional. It doesn't say anything like, you know, because I used to have like my fiance's name in there with like a heart. And I was like, if I'm trying to get business, no one cares about that, you know? So you just want to tell what it is that you do, show some kind of credibility. And if you don't have a degree, then maybe you could just put on that line, help, something like helped 100 people with business branding or biz branding if you want to shorten it, you know, something like that, because you want to show some kind of credibility. Or maybe you can say if you haven't even helped that many people, maybe you can say something like designing since, you know, 2011 or something like that, you know. And then for the templates and solutions part, that line should be for any kind of offer that you may have. Okay, so mine just says templates and solutions. Some people might say join my, you know, masterclass or sign up for a masterclass or something like that, you know, and then you'll have that link there. Same thing with all this stuff. So any kind of design tips or just freelance stuff or business stuff in general, I'll put that stuff here. All these are, you know, red, white, black, pretty much that kind of aesthetic. I have some stuff about designing here. My computer specs are there. This is my Discord server that I have, that I just started. And then just like some random like lifestyle stuff, I have that there because people sometimes wonder what it is that I do outside of designing. But yeah, like everything is pretty much, like I said, just my face, red, white, black, all that pretty much. And I know you might be like, that's a lot, or maybe it's really not a lot, but It makes a difference, okay? And also, I just post a lot, okay? And actually, I wouldn't even say I post a lot. I'll show you something. I think I posted maybe this video right here. This was posted, it says 6 days ago, but hold on, wait, that was 6, that was 5. So this one says, so okay, between this video here and this video here, they're 3 days apart. So you don't have to post every single day. And I don't want you to stress out about views or anything because yeah, I have like one that's 1.5 million, 7.6 million, but I still get some that are like 1,000. And I posted this yesterday. You know, sometimes I'll get something 2,000. You know, and I know you might be like, well, I only get 2,000 video, or I only get 5 views or something. There's other way, and actually I'll make this into a video too, about my formula, I guess, on how to just do well on reels. And it really is not like anything special. People try to sell things to you, but I'll make a whole video about it. It ain't even that deep for real. Okay. And I mean, I feel like I know all this stuff because I just try. I post a lot of things and I just kind of like look at the data and I'm like, oh, okay, people like this, people like that, you know. So yeah. But anyways, all right. So going back to the whole stuff about being in the graphic design industry. It's not even really an industry. You just kind of get in where you fit in, honestly. So, but yeah. So I mean, I feel like 61,000. It doesn't mean you're going to start there. Okay. Um, when I first started my job teaching, was I making that much? No. Okay. Um, and I just feel like personally, I love my job. Okay. I have a great time there. The people there are great. The students there are great. We all get along. It just works. It just works. Okay. But there's no problem with having like a side hustle. Okay. As long as it doesn't stress you out. Like, yeah, I do like some freelance things on the side. On Instagram, I'll get like brand deals and stuff sometimes. But I still see it as a hobby. Like, yeah, I could go harder on social media, but you just gotta find a good balance, you know. But yeah, let me see if I can find some other things in here. I feel like I'm probably done with this. I don't think we really need to go through all the stats and stuff. Well, okay, I guess this is really important. So also when you're looking for jobs related to graphic design, not like people who aren't in our industry, they don't know how to word it. So when you're looking at different jobs, they might not say graphic design. They might say, I don't know, graphic artist. They might say art director, or they might just say artist. They might say digital artist, you know? So look at all those different things. Change up your keywords in order to find different jobs. I found my job on Indeed. Now, I know people have been saying that it's been scary on Indeed lately because people have been getting kidnapped. So that's scary. But you gotta have that good judgment. Like honestly, that's all I can say about that. Pray and then have good judgment, you know, and ask you know, someone else who you feel like you can trust, have them to read over it. Maybe ask 2 people, 3 people. Okay. But yeah, so here are some different things that you'll see. And don't even like pay attention to the numbers really because every job description is going to be different. You might come across something that says technical writer and you see it says 91,000, but they might be trying to offer you 105 or maybe even 30,000. Like you never know. Okay. But yeah, so art director is another good one. Desktop publisher, that word was used a lot years ago. But it can be used today. But like I said, people nowadays, like, they don't really know what to call these different occupations. So just look at the subscriptions. Just look at the description and you'll see what it is that they want, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, they mean graphic designer or you know whatever. But yeah, these are all some. See, there's one web developer and digital designer. So yeah, but just look at the job duties, all that stuff, and then you'll end up getting an idea of what it is that you need to do. Okay. So I think I'm good on this website though. I kind of wanted to go through and see if I look right here where it says occupational outlook handbook. Hold on, let me see. Because I was looking at the ones that said, yeah, like arts and design. Oh, I guess I did look at all of them. Yeah, artists and animators, set and exhibit designers, interior designers, industrial designers, graphic designers, floral, fashion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, but I mean, there are some other names outside of these, of like for sure. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about like what my degrees are in. So So I don't have a graphic design degree, but I know how to do graphic design. Okay, so my degree, I have a bachelor's of science in digital media, and my minor was in advertising. Okay, so digital media, it covers a wide range of stuff. Okay, it's not just graphic design. So let me also show you something else too. So the school I went to was East Tennessee State University, by the way. Um, so I'm going to type in graphic design because I want you to see the difference between their graphic design program and their digital media program. So if you look at the graphic design program, so this is art and design, so you'll be getting a art degree. Okay, so bachelor's of fine arts. So if I look at this, I'm kind of just like skimming it, but it says emphasizes visual problem solving with a variety of graphic media. So illustration, typography, photography, computer technology, all that is being used for design, branding, corporate identity, logos, ads, packages, displays, posters, websites, animations, stuff like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So, but I'm not knocking it. It's just personally, I just felt like I needed to. How do I word it? I feel like with my degree, I have a deeper understanding of what it is that I know how to do. Okay, so let me go back over here. I'm not saying they don't deeply understand it on the graphic design side at that school, but let me go and find the description. I guess this is it right here. Let me see, 60% art. Yeah, so it says they're bridging the, I guess, seeks to bridge the arts and sciences by providing students with technical knowledge and understanding of aesthetics to create digital media professionals capable of working at higher artistic and technical levels. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because that really. And I had to take CAD classes. I had to take science classes. Like I took physics, a physics lab. I was taking things like statistics and calculus, so stuff like that. I don't know if they were taking that on the graphic design side, like on over there. But yeah, so they have these different concentrations. Mine was visualization, and actually my brother's was animation. So we had like some of the same classes, but not really. But mine, if you read it, it says we're giving you the background to develop conceptual, technical, and aesthetic design skills. So it's kind of similar to what the graphic design one was. What else? So to prepare concept art, design elements for careers in entertainment. You hear that one? Entertainment, media, game art, electronic publishing, photographic imaging, advertising design, and 3D modeling. So I don't know what all the classes were over here. And again, I know all schools are different. I don't know what the classes were over here, but it just, and they kind of like they mentioned animations. They didn't mention anything about modeling, but I don't know. Like I know everyone's wording can be different, but I feel like it comes down to seeing the curriculum. So they mentioned like graphic design here. I know. Um, can I see y'all curriculum? Where the curriculum at? Where the curriculum at, girl? Do I gotta click on this? The website is so different nowadays. How I click this and then it end up going to the same thing? Okay. See, now I'm getting irritated. Okay, majors. Let's see. BFA graphic design. How can I not see the? Yeah, I'm so irritated. Like, what in the world? Anyways, I'm irritated. But I know if I go over here, I should be able to find it. But yeah, but you see the difference between the two. It just seems like there's a lot more technical stuff with digital media at that school. So that's why I chose to get that degree. Now, I don't know what other schools offer it, but yeah. So my master's degree is in brand and media strategy. So, I mean, I don't feel like you need to have this. I just know that I have a interest in things like advertising, marketing, um, just like consumer marketing specifically because like I like to design things and like know how to apply it in order to get them to purchase something or to engage with something, interact with something, you know. But yeah, so this is so it says it's a workforce-driven degree providing students with cross-disciplinary, theoretical, and applied approaches in content creation, content distribution, media, and campaign planning and execution, and brand and audience insight and analytics. So I really did do all of that stuff. But my favorite part about it was working with the theories and the applied approaches as well because like um, we were like studying different ways that consumers think in order to write things like email blast. We would do like A/B tests to see like what works, what doesn't. what colors work best for different people, what's the best time to send things, and all those are like really minute things. But I mean, I know this is an art degree, but low key, it's like a science because it's like all these theories. It was real cool. All the theories are really cool. But yeah, so that's just what I do. So I feel like that's what makes me really valuable. But if you don't have like these kind of degrees or a degree at all, just study this stuff. You can just study it on your own time, read books, look at things on YouTube, and then when you think about all this stuff, it makes you able to design a lot better. Um, I feel like if you know why you're designing something, it just makes the design better, right? So if I say, "Hey, can you make me a flyer for this birthday party?" and then you say, "Oh, it's for little girls." People think little girls, and they automatically think, "Okay, princess, pink, pink and purple ponies, da da da." But me as a little girl, I didn't like things like that. I like things like Blue's Clues, you know, um, SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think deeper. I mean, I know that wasn't deep, what I just said, but I just mean like knowing what your demographics are like. Are you working with black people, white people, Hispanic people? You know what I'm saying? People in Georgia, people in Texas, Southeast Texas. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. What's the age range? Are they in college? Are you targeting moms? Are you targeting single dads? Are you targeting people who are single dads who were divorced? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to sell like hair loss creams or something? It gets real deep. What kind of car do they drive? You know what I'm saying? Are they close to a hospital? All that type stuff. Like you gotta really read the data, and that's what helps me with design. But yeah, so there's that. Um, but yeah, let me kind of close this part out. I'm just trying to think of. I'm trying to like give you guys all the information I can. Okay. I guess if I'm kind of like touching back on the different concentrations that were in my major, so pretty much everything that I mentioned in like the visualization part, we kind of like the other concentrations. They did have the classes for that sort of. Visual effects. It is what it sounds like. You're working with uh like things like special effects and like film, just videos in general. Let me see what it says. Yeah, so this prepares you for a career in video and cinematography production, video editing, visual effects, compositing, and 2D and 3D motion graphic design. So at the school, they also have a film department, but I don't know how into the visual effects they get. So I don't know. They go hand in hand, but I don't know. But I was also taught how to do those things too, and I was under visualization. So I just feel like this program, if this was sponsored by them, oh my goodness. But it's not. But yeah, so they teach you game design, they teach you animation. So yeah, pretty much I learned all that stuff already. I didn't learn game design though, but I did learn animation. I did learn a little bit of visual effects, but I was more concerned about all this stuff here because I feel like I learned so much in this. Like, sheesh. But yeah, so there's that. I'm trying to think if I have any other information to give you guys. But I mean, on my page, I don't even talk about. I mean, I talk about design, but you don't ever actually really see me designing anything. And I think it's because I'll like give tips about design here and there, and just kind of talk about different things that I use. But typically, I like to post a lot of funny stuff because I know a lot of designers, they experience burnout and stuff, and they like to see that someone else relates to them, or if they're having issues with the client or something. I might say something funny or show something funny like in a video, but in the caption I'll like give some kind of advice. So that's what I love doing on my page. Just being relatable, being funny. Like this one, I'm like talking about how you can keep the peace with contracts, but then I'm also saying, hey, I also made this like contract, like I made like a bunch of contract templates and stuff that I use for depending on like what it is that I'm doing. So if I'm like doing photography for someone, I use a certain contract. If I'm doing a logo for someone, I use a certain contract. So but yeah, like I might be funny in a video, but I'm telling you, hey, I got you. Like here's something that'll save your life. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do on social media. I know a lot of people love to do a lot of things like this where you'll see them working on something and then they'll just reveal their design. I think if you don't want to go like the route of what I'm doing, like giving advice and stuff, then I highly recommend that you do content like this because people love to see you working on something and then to see the final reveal. Now I don't think this one was like really anything special, but Yeah, people just want to see you work. Okay. Even though on this one I wasn't really doing a whole lot, I was kind of like giving a little tip about using the golden ratio. This one I was talking about like why certain designs work, even though they might like look uglier or But yeah, just do whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. If you're like trying to go the social media route, have fun with it. I understand a lot of people are like, I don't want to feel like an influencer or anything. I'm not. I just give advice and I show my work sometimes. But yeah, I don't even really show any of my work for real that I work on because I just don't like to show it. I don't want you to know like what companies I'm working with a lot of time. But yeah, I think that's everything that I have for you guys. I just kind of wanted to talk about just graphic design stuff in general. Um, but yeah, I think now I'm about to go ahead and start recording a video about the whole reel formula. So I'm just batch creating today, okay? But yeah, if y'all have any questions, just let me know. I know this was a long video, but I couldn't shorten all this into a reel, okay? So if y'all have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.